Although the rescue of Dr. Schenker was absolutely imperative if Unity were to have even the merest hope of victory, it comes at a grievous cost. There is much still to accomplish, but very little time in which to do so.
This morning, at exactly 9:02 a.m., there was an explosion of unknown origin in the town of Shilling, England.
That's where the Baroness grew up.
Well, case closed. Arrest her immediately.
Scoff all you please.
The source of this blast was a banker by the name of Lester Cheems. Casualties are estimated at over 1,300 innocent people. Their blood is on the hands of the agency responsible for kidnapping Dr. Otto Schenker from us. Until he is returned to the facility from which he was abducted, we shall continue to mete out similar punishments every 48 hours. That is all.
Those figures are correct, by the way.
1,300 people.
I suppose we can assume harm is capable of delivering on its threats.
Indeed, which means we have exactly 2 days to complete our objectives.
Can we have records and research find out if this Lester Cheems ever knew Felicity Farnsworth?
I suppose, although I can't see that it will prove anything.
You never know.
Well, I, for one, am reticent to implicate a respected public figure on the basis of mere coincidence.
You call it coincidence. I call it circumstantial evidence.
Knowing the victim of a crime hardly qualifies as circumstantial evidence.
That depends on the victim, the crime, and the circumstances, doesn't it?
Enough of this bickering. Send in Dr. Schenker, if you please. Ah, here you are. Thank you for joining us, Doctor. I hope your accommodations are adequate.
Exceptional, thank you. Hello again, Miss Archer.
Hello, Doctor.
I'm sorry there wasn't time to brief you sooner, but I imagine you've already heard about this morning's disaster.
I have.
Then I'm sure you can understand the need for alacrity in devising a plan of action. Harm has promised another attack within the next 48 hours unless we hand you over, which imposes a rather daunting deadline.
How can I help?
We need to know who Harm has infected with the reagent, and we need the antidote.
Unfortunately, I cannot help you with the first problem. I was never told how the reagent was being used or on whom. I'm afraid it would not make much difference, even if I had. I'm terrible with names, you see.
What about the antidote?
Ah, yes, that is also a problem. You see, the antidote is highly unstable and can therefore only be produced in a zero-gravity environment.
You mean outer space?
Quite so.
So in other words, Harm was lying about having the antidote.
Not true. They do have it.
So they stole it?
They developed it.
But how's that possible?
Harm has its own space program.
That's preposterous.
Not necessarily. A few weeks ago, the U.S. branch reported an unscheduled rocket launch from a small tropical island off the coast of Mandaru.
Are you sure it wasn't the Soviets?
It's certainly possible, although we have plenty of spies in the Soviet Union and none could confirm a launch.
This is starting to sound like circumstantial evidence, Mr. Smith.
Agreed, but it's the only lead we have. If it is Harm, I certainly can't explain where the funding and materials are coming from. Maybe the Soviets are involved.
At the moment, all that matters is that we get our hands on that antidote.
Very well. Archer, your job will be to locate and infiltrate the launch facility and recover a sufficient quantity of the antidote for our purposes.
Assuming this is even the right place.
Yes.
Understood.
We'll give you a radio frequency to use in case you need to contact us. Your code name will be Foxhunt. Ours is Foxhound.
Did Bruno tell you that story?
Yes, he did.
What story?
When Archer was a girl, her father took her on a fox hunt. The fox got away.
Fascinating, but I fail to see the relevance.
In her other occupation, Archer was known as the Fox. As Bruno told it, you were so impressed with the fox's escape from such a dire predicament, you adopted it as a personal symbol. Is that right?
Something like that.
That sort of resourcefulness would certainly serve us well right about now.
What an amusing anecdote. Shall we take turns telling stories? Or shall we get back to the mission at hand?
When do I leave?
As soon as possible.
Let's just hope I find myself in harm's way, if you take my meaning.
If we're wrong about this, there will be hell to pay. Good luck, Archer. We're counting on you.
Welcome to Advanced Field Tactics. It's likely that this island is heavily mined to discourage unwanted visitors. So we've equipped your sunglasses with a new scanner capable of detecting most proximity-triggered explosive devices. When you activate the mine detector function, these devices will become visible to you, enabling you to avoid them. Using the next function key, cycle to your sunglasses mine detector function and pick your way past these mines. They are live, so watch your step. Excellent.
There is a small but nonetheless intriguing possibility that Harm is storing the antidote for the reagent at a secret launch facility on an island off the coast of Mandaroo. Your first objective will be to establish whether or not such a facility even exists. If it does, you must infiltrate it and retrieve a container of the antidote.
Just got word that the sub's delayed.
Good. We still haven't finished clearing out the last shipment. What's the ETA?
Probably around 9 p.m., maybe later.
I could use some overtime pay.
Don't count on it.
Well then, don't count on anybody being here to unload the sub.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
Who's there? Hello?
When do you go back on shift?
She's over here! Ah! want to hear any excuses. We need to clear this freight out of here in the next 20 minutes. I'm telling you, that's not possible. Listen, the success of this operation hinges on secrecy. All it takes is one airliner pilot to look down and see all these bright orange crates sitting here, and we're finished. I understand that. We've only got one helicopter. We're doing the best we can. Figure out a way to do better. Get us more helicopters. Oh, sure. We just go make a couple out of soda cans and popsicle sticks. Sarcasm ain't gonna make this go any faster. Well, how about you airlift as much as you can and stick everything else back in the storage area over here? Well, I guess it's a possibility, but we're gonna have to move it at some point. We've got another shipment of stuff coming in for the station tomorrow afternoon. Wait till dark. Sure, if we can use floodlights. They didn't talk to me about a massive moonlight airlift. Whose idea was it to paint these damn crates orange anyway? What genius thought that up? Don't turn this into a union meeting. Whatever makes you happy. Fine. I guess I'll just have to file an official report explaining how you refuse to follow orders. Whatever makes you happy.
Dang thing.
Good, let's head back. This heat's killing me.
I don't mind the heat. It's
This is it for...
90-second test fire.
We did a 90-second test last week.
The results were inconclusive. Besides, we've adjusted the fuel-oxygen ratio since then.
You can't just change the schedule at the drop of a hat.
We need results. If that means modifying the schedule, then that's what we're gonna do.
This schedule is based on your estimates. Our budget is based on schedule. If you deviate from schedule, you'll put us over budget.
That's not my problem. My job is to deliver a more efficient rocket engine.
It is your problem because you signed off on schedule.
Maybe so, but if I stick to the schedule, I'm definitely gonna face the axe because there's no way I'm gonna be able to deliver what I promised. I'd rather take my chances.
Suit yourself, but I'm reporting this situation to the director.
Be my guest.
Marcus was telling me that Calamity's planning an official follow-up to the Paris caper.
Do you blame them? That was their seminal achievement. They pulled off some interesting heists since then, but nothing compared to Paris.
I agree. I'm really curious to see how they talk.
So what the hell's all the commotion about?
Didn't you hear? There was an explosion over at the test area. I guess that prototype...
Be a good chap and call...
I've got a requisition here for 20 gallons of antidote.
Sorry, we're out.
What do you mean you're out?
A shipment should be arriving on Monday. I can put you on a waiting list.
Can't you get it sooner?
I don't make the schedules.
You don't have any?
Nope. I told you. That stuff has a very limited shelf life.
What am I supposed to tell my boss?
Tell him to wait in line like everybody else.
He doesn't like to wait in line.
Is that supposed to scare me? I get threatened by guys like your boss all day long. What it basically boils down to is that they want a commodity that is only produced in one place. That place just happens to be outer space, which means the distribution channel is very narrow. We send a rocket up every other week and it brings back as much antidote as it can carry.
When's the next rocket?
This afternoon.
It's not coming back till Monday?
Correct.
Who can I talk to about that?
Whoever you want, because it's not going to do a damn bit of good.
I need... Ah! She's here!
Foxhunt calling Foxhound, over.
Go ahead, Foxhunt.
There are no antidote samples on the island. Repeat, no antidote samples.
Damn.
However, I think I may know where I can find one.
Where?
Outer space.
Please repeat. Over. I could have sworn you said outer space.
Aye, that's what I said. There's a rocket going up in half an hour. I plan to be aboard.
Negative. It's too risky.
You forgot to add, for a woman. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I'm not about to let thousands of people die because I was afraid to risk my neck.
Very well. Proceed as planned. Just be sure to come back in one piece.
Count on it.
Do you think we should proceed with the launch?
Of course we should.
After what just happened?
It has no bearing on this launch.
I hope you're right.
Just relax.
I wish I could. I'm all wound up.
How about a nice massage?
That would be divine. Perhaps later?
Fire!